Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. I have my old friend, Skratch AK47, his rap name. We learned that on a previous collab. Skratch, welcome back to the channel, bro. How you doing?
Yo, what's up, Ash? Doing pretty good. Thanks for having me again. This is definitely a hot, spicy topic right here. Definitely gonna be excited to cover this, man. How you doing?
Man, I really wanted to do this video for a while, right? And I told you this off air. I pushed to, platinum. I wanted to finally get my top platinum finish this past week, and I fell asleep. I was sleeping with my son. I fell asleep at like 3:30 in the morning. I was top 100, but I don't think, because of all the Warlord and Kymar teams, I was not prepared for Platinum Arena. I don't think I would have finished high anyway. But with all that said, I did notice quite a few epics being used at the end in Platinum Tier Arena. So I wanted to get you on, not just because it's easy for me to name these epics, but you can really break down the teams that they're used on and kind of the gear, maybe the artifact sets that are being used specifically on high-end arena. And I know that 99% of my viewers are not high-end arena, but it still pertains to them. They have these epics, and they can essentially build pieces of a high-end end game team just piece by piece, So let's talk about the epics. All the epics, we have what, 11, 12?
Yeah, around 12, I think.
12 epics that are seen in the end game of Platinum Arena. So where do you want to start, bro? Oh, by the way, we're collabing. We do this like almost every week. We're collabing on Skratch's channel as well. I'll have a link to that video on the pinned comment for you guys. We're going to be talking about, what are we talking about again on your channel?
I've been thinking too much.
Probably will rank the fusions. I haven't done that on my channel.
We're going to rank all the fusion champions. Check that out, guys. Skratch AK47. All right, where are we going to start, bro?
So I just want to say, I know not a big amount of your viewers are doing Platinum Arena. Probably they don't really care that much about Platinum Arena, but they can aspire at getting better. Like how to improve their champions, what sort of builds are kind of working the best. Because even in the lower tiers, people, they start to kind of adapt with the current meta for the whole game, right? From the Platinum, so it goes down. They've seen this video where they're gonna do the same. They're gonna build the same team, the same champions. They're gonna try to counter this like that, etc. So it's good at least to get ideas on what is getting used in arena, how to use the champions, what are the best builds for them, and they work against what champions to say like this, what they counter,
Yeah, and I should mention, you have, how many platinum finishes do you have? Like, a lot?
Me?
Yeah, couple? One? At least one?
To finish in Platinum Arena, like every
single week. Okay, so that's why I wanted to give you those credentials, man. Let my viewers know you know what's up. So, yeah, and to your point there too, I don't want to belabor it, but you see all these champions, but just seeing them is not enough, right? You need to know how they're being used. So, start us off here, Skratch. Who we got?
So I'll start with Madame Series because it's the most used champion, epic champion in arena in the entire game. So she's such a powerful champion. There is no legendary champion to do what she does, right? That's why she's used as much as she is. And she looks awesome, right? Everybody loves Madame Series. But she works so good in offense. Not many people that are gonna try to use her in defense unless they kind of want to catch you off guard with a crazy build on a Madame Series, like some Pepega build, just to catch you off guard with high resistance, low accuracy, just to debuff your nuker. So that will catch you a bit off guard and slow you down. But mainly they all build them on high accuracy, decent amount of speed. Of course, it works immunity on them. It works perception, accuracy being the third set that you might want to use in between. And yeah, there are people with 800 plus accuracy on Madame Series. I have an immunity one with almost 700 accuracy.
Oh my God, dude.
250 speed. So they're crazy stats in Platinum Arena on champions. Like honestly, it's like a different game,
Mine is 663 accuracy, and I feel like a schlub right now. But obviously, as you mentioned, perception is very immunity or perception and/or accuracy is popular. Getting Eagle Eye Mastery also really great. Having accuracy chest, having accuracy banner, anywhere you can get that accuracy is popular. So even with the AI fix, you don't see her at all on defense really. I mean, I guess she's easy to dodge, right? If she's on defense, because you can just go in with a heavy team or whatever.
You can do that, but mainly all these defensive teams that they have a nuker Madame Series, they're easy victims for hegemons,
Yeah.
So people, they avoid doing it because they know they come in people with 2-3 hegemons, nuke the whole team in 5 seconds and move over,
Exactly.
So,
yep.
everybody's trying to use stall defenses, like tankier teams in defense as well, unless they're like extremely fast and they just, because you cannot counter every single team. Like every defense has a counter, every offense has a counter. So you might say, okay, I don't care about hegemons. They're not as common as the rest of the offense team, so I'm going to use Madame Series in a defense, you know, because I have a very fast team. I can go fast, and I'm going to cut on all the enemy teams, and I'm going to win the majority of fights. So I would say a good defense in Platinum Arena is having a 50+% win rate, you know. That's a good defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Madame Sarah's pretty obvious one. Where do you want to go next? And I should mention too, Madame Saris, I mean, I know there's a lot of people who just download the game as well watching this video. So you want to have her speed tuned so that she's, you know, going, not breaking that chain of speed, going after your speed booster, your arbiter, whoever you have on your team. That way you can kind of set up your nuker. So who is next here? Skratch.
Next, so let's just go to Seeker, for example. Seeker is another awesome champion, right? He's very unique, not only for his thermometer boost and extra turn, right? He's very unique because of the passive. So if that kind of allows you in offense to go second, right? To use the champions to tank them up with his passive. And in defense as well. He used to be a pretty good champion for defense. And even now he's getting countered by champions that place block debuffs on the team, you know? So that's kind of what counters him. But whenever he gets hit, you put him in the first slot. You put him as the lead. You get the defense aura lead as well. And then whenever he gets hit, because the hits from the nukers, AoE, they come in order. So starting from the lead and the position 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 1 being the lead, of course.
This is why we brought you on. This is why we brought you on. These little tidbits. It's important, you know?
And then he's instantly gonna proc defense up on the rest of the 3 champions as soon as he get hit, you know? So then you have damage reduction from there as well. Most probably best build on him would be either, if you use him mainly on offense, he's a good counter for hegemons, nuke hegemons as well. You can use him on a shield set. Throw him in with the Sky Touch Shaman, which we're gonna talk about in a second as well. Cleans the team. You don't even need to have immunity on the nuker or on Madame Series or debuff or whatever champion you use. And you can actually have attack up, thermometer boost from him, defense up to survive the nuke with the shield as well, and just wreck the enemy team afterwards.
Yeah, that's Seeker's fantastic. I actually used him on offense early game. I think this is going back a year. I'm sure you did too. I'm sure everybody used Seeker at one point as like as a booster, and then provoke, basically take somebody with his A1 out of the battle. But you're right, in the end game, use more common on defense. Is there any like quintessential masteries that you put on all of your arena champions? My Seeker is built for the Batman comp, just so you guys know watching right now. But is there any like masteries that you want to point out on a defensive based Seeker that you would want to pick up?
So on him, I would probably put a Bulwark Mastery just to soak a bit more damage from the rest of the team, you know, as tier 6. And just go support, even if I don't have a lot of accuracy, right? Because I'm going to go with the HP banner probably if I'm going to give him a shield. Even if I have 120, 130 accuracy, is enough to give me that clutch with their nuker. You know? I can provoke their nuker with 130 accuracy. It might not be 100% reliable, but 95% is still good. It still gives me a higher chance of victory, you know?
100%, man. I think that's a good point, too, because we always think, okay, just load up on accuracy in the arena. On PvP, just load up on accuracy. But most of the time, you don't need it, you know? Most of the time. And I shouldn't say, when I say you don't need it, I mean like 800 accuracy, you know? So, okay, so Seeker, who you have third up for us, Skratch?
So let's move over, for example, to Sky Touch Shaman, just because... we named her in here. She's an awesome champion. Like,
love her.
I love her, man. I've been using her since she came out as a cleanser for Arena. Great counter for Tormins, guys. Great counter for Hegemons. Great counters for Kaimars as well. Not great counter for Warlords, for example.
No.
So, yeah, it is a bit different there. But Sky Touch Shaman, guys, she has the cleans, right? Remove all debuffs from all allies. Then she gives you revive on that and immunity for 2 turns on all the team, right? And whenever she takes a turn, she heals the team as well. Now, I would suggest you to build her on immunity because of her passive. So her passive is a bit wonky. She has a chance of placing decreased speed or a fear on herself. That sounds a bit silly, but if you give her immunity for the first 2 turns, she's protected by it. So she kind of ensures that she's gonna do her job no matter what in the first 2 turns. I would give her resistance as well. Why would I put her on immunity and resistance? That kind of doesn't make sense, right? Well, if I am going against hegemons, immunity is fine. if I'm going against
heavier teams,
heavier teams, I'm just naming these champions because that's kind of what they're coming on my mind. But there are many other champions that debuff, like Raze and many other different champions.
The battle's going to go longer, or
if I have resist,
sorry,
exactly. It can get removed. So if I have resistance, they're not going to be able to remove my immunity. And another thing that people don't tend to know, stun sets, provoke sets, sleep sets, free sets, they require no accuracy, and a million resistance cannot counter it. So that's why you want to have immunity. A lot of hegemons or different champions like this, they have a stuns, they have a provoke sets, and they can debuff you without having accuracy, you know. So that's why immunity with resistance goes hand in hand, you know.
I love that call out, man. I love that call out because I have she's like around 200 resistance, so you're totally right about that. It gives me more versatility with the champion if I have her built a little bit higher in resistance. So who do we have next here? So far, I use all of these champions that you're mentioning.
Are you using them all, huh?
I don't use Seeker in the arena, to be fair, but I do use Sky Touched, and I do use... Who else do we do? I use Sky Touch. There we go.
Madam Serious.
There we go. I'm like, I know I used an obvious one.
Definitely gotta use her.
yeah, absolutely. Hey, on the Sky Touch, do you build her with 100% crit rate because of the AoE on the A1 as well? Or do you not even bother with it? Okay.
I don't bother with crit. I focus speed. Like I want her to go after my Thermitter booster, right? Yeah. So she can cleanse the nuker and the debuffer in case Madame Series and whatever nuker you're using. Tons of HP and resistance. The more HP she has, the bigger the heal.
So even on a nuke team, so I have her at 95, I have her at like 100% crit with like 50k HP, and the reason is because I run her on like a Trunda, Ceres. Like if the battle's going too long, I've already lost. But would you still recommend I drop the crit rate and go in with the extra HP anyway?
I feel like, yeah, I mean, if you have a Trunda or any nuker, the nuker should do his job alone, you know. So if you have a bit of an issue there, I don't think that crit rate on her is going to be the solution, you know.
Okay. All right, cool. Who we got next, man?
So let's move over to Rector Dread, right?
Yeah.
She's a newish champion.
I saw her a lot in Platinum, man. She's such a pain, bro.
And I'll explain you why now. Her revive skill is nothing too crazy, right? Revives a single ally with 60% HP and fills their Thermitter by 60% and places a Veil buff on them, but it's only one ally, right? So what makes her so special? Her base stats are not crazy. The affinity, man. Force affinity. That's why she's used as much, because the majority of nukers are magic, right? Like, it's no secret the magic affinity dominates the game, right? We have Foley, we have Trundas, we have Raze, we have Astralons, all these magic nukers, right? Being used in arena, they get a lot of weak hits against Force champions, and that's why she's so powerful with another reviver on the team, because 99% I'm getting weak hits, man. That's why she's so
hard
painful.
to kill. So hard to kill her. And I see her a lot with Candrafon on teams, and it's just like so annoying because of the perfect Veil. You know, if he's revived, it's really annoying going against like two revivers and a Candrafon. But yeah, it's cool to see her used though. I'm a big fan of this champion overall, even though I hate attacking into her.
And it's the heal as well that she gives. She can heal back your team pretty quick, you know.
Yeah.
And the main build for her is Swift Parry, guys. Like, Swift Parry is not easy to obtain, right? You can get it from the Forge, but it's super rare to actually get the pieces to make the gear. But Swift Parry is the main set for her. Give her some resistance as much as you can. You might want to counter some specific champions with resistance. You might not want to care about resistance and just tank her with tons of HP, defense, decent amount of speed. And decent amount of speed is 200 to 250 for a reviver, especially if you have reaction. The slower, the better, you know?
Yeah, yep. Absolutely. Good call out on Rector Draft. Do you use her at all? Personally?
I use her for quite a bit. At the moment, no.
Yeah.
Because I'm in between. Like, I have Sifi, I have Duchess, I have Raglin, so...
Yeah, I used her first. I have like a Doom Tower just PvE build on her right now, and I don't use her anymore, but she can put out a ton of heals and just really good support with that 4-turn revival as well. Who we have next, man?
So, I'm not really going to include them. I'm just going to give them a shout out now that we're on this faction. Okay. Sinesha and Skullcrown.
Okay.
They're not really getting used anymore. Right, it's just a shout out. Exactly. Yeah. So I feel like we don't want to be getting any hate from anyone, but Sinesha and Skullcrown, great for BlenderCom, the best for BlenderCom, but that kind of fell out of meta. So we're not really going to talk about that at the moment. But the next
they're still
on
really
the list,
good though. Yeah. Next one is
Vogot. Vogot.
He's the guy who's everywhere.
Still,
tell us about him.
So when it came out, me and a few of my buddies, we got like, damn, we're gonna put 2 of them. Our teams, they're gonna be unkillable. And we went secretly like this for a few days till we actually tested it out, and it didn't work, man. But we were so excited that who knows what we discovered. That's it. Nobody can kill our team. So we used Vogot for the heal. He kind of got a ghost nerf. At least that's what most of the people are saying, you know. Before, he used to get the damage and insta-heal the team. Now he gets the damage and only after heals the team, you know. So that means that the champions can die before they get the heal. Before they were getting the heal and the damage kind of like at the same time, you know. I don't know if it's an animation and was just displayed incorrectly, or he actually got a ghost nerfed, you know. So I
don't know. So how do people build Vogot? Just super tanky, basically, or
most of the people, they are building him on shield set, you know. Then I kind of had a different idea for Vogot, and I put him on Swift Parry because the counter for it was to use Stranda's A2 on him, thinking that he has the higher HP because he's on shield, and like that kill the rest of the team.
That's true.
But I changed it and put it on Swift Parry, thinking that they're gonna believe that and they're gonna attack my Vogot, and Unkillable is gonna proc on him, and all my team is gonna survive.
Healed up, no, all the extra damage is healed up. That's actually a really cool thought process there. Okay.
So I made him on Swift Parry, and I still think Swift Parry, tons of HP, decent amount of speed, and give him a bit of accuracy because he can provoke. And that provoke, even if he's 150 accuracy, that can come in play. And definitely you want to get tier 6 bulwark on him, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So just build him like tank with defense and HP or shield or whatever otherwise. Because obviously most viewers probably don't have access to a lot of Swift Parry gear. So in lieu of Swift Parry, which we're probably going to mention a lot here, what would you recommend? Just again,
probably
accuracy,
go with the
speed,
shield.
Whatever, shield.
Yeah, shield set might be the best option. Or you might want to use I forgot the name of the set. Jesus.
The immunity one?
No, the extra heal one. I forgot it. Like literally now.
Guardian?
I just got a left. No, not the Guardian could work as well. It's not a bad idea. Now Regen is the other one that nobody uses, man. Like literally, I forgot.
No wonder I don't know it, right?
Exactly. It gives you a bit of extra heal. I literally forgot the name.
Curing.
Exactly.
There we go.
That's the one.
It's that rare to see. All right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So Vogoth, I'm really excited. I'm gonna build him for the arena. He's half naked right now, my Vogoth. But I saw a lot of him. I was surprised 2 nights ago when I was just like, oh wow, a lot of Vogoth. All right. Who do you got next, man?
So now that we're still on this faction here, let's cover a bit Dark Elhain, right? I think we get the champion.
My fave.
We are getting her for free, right? From the daily login.
She's a free daily login reward champion. And she's used in Platinum Arena. Can you believe it?
She is used because she counters freeze debuffs, guys. We have so many Tormins in Platinum Arena. We have so many Gurgos that they just land freeze. So she's a great counter like this. Like, probably you've seen people taking 2-3 of them in the same team, right? And just letting them freeze and just kill the enemy team, because instantly removes any freeze debuff on this champion and replaces them with 30% increased crit rate, 30% increased crit damage, 15% strengthen buff whenever an enemy places a freeze debuff on this champion. So you build her with 70% crit rate, and you get some extra crit damage as well from that skill. It fills the Thermeter by 25% and instantly activates the That's Majesty skill whenever this champion or an ally receives a freeze debuff.
It's amazing.
And that skill is increased attack on herself, so you don't need an increased attack champion, right? Then attacks all enemies. And she has a 50% chance, fully booked 75 to land a decreased speed. So she's an amazing counter for freeze champions, guys.
Absolutely. I have 2 questions on Dark Elhain. So I run her in attack percentage on the boots. Would you recommend that? Because it's being instantly activated anyway. So you're pretty much only subbing her in against Torment teams or Freeze teams or Gurgo teams. So would you recommend that as well? Is that a good call? Or
absolutely. As much attack as you can. Don't bother so much about speed. If you're going against those particular teams with Freeze and you're not using her anywhere else in the game, as much attack, 70 crit rate is more than enough, honestly, because she gets the buff And Savage, Cruel, attack sets. Mainly you want to focus a lot of attack and crit damage on her, you know. Crit rate sets, crit damage sets. Tier 6 Mastery, probably you want to go for Helm Smasher, you know.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I run her in Ice Golem as well because obviously he freezes and it's really nice. I run her kind of the same build, well, a little bit different, but you know. So my other question on her is, would you recommend, if they're only using her for an arena nuker, right, against kind of, again, freeze teams, or maybe not against freeze teams, how important is accuracy on this champion? Like, would you forego the decreased speed in order to maximize damage, or do you think that's really important to have the decreased speed for PvP?
For PvP, I really don't find that important. So whenever you have a nuker, like how we have, I'm just gonna name a couple of fusions that we had, like Astralon and similar champions like this, that they debuff, right, and they deal damage, and he's a nuker, right? That's why he's a nuker. The nuker needs to bring in damage. I know they're kind of trying to create hybrids in between the champions, but it's so hard to build a champion to bring out a good damage output, right, in a decent build with accuracy. So I feel like by doing accuracy and damage on the champion, you just cripple his full potential. So I would either go with two choices. Either go full CC on that champion, full accuracy, right? To make sure I'm debuffing even the tankiest reviver in there. Or I go full damage. So with Dark Elhain, I wouldn't bother with accuracy unless I care about that for PvE rather than PvP, you know?
Yep, absolutely. I'm totally aligned with you there on that decision. Obviously, everyone has to decide for themselves based on their account, based on their other champions, where they're using them, etc., etc. All right, who do we have next, man? So far, these are really, really good callouts.
So let's move next to Orcs, right? So we have Sandlash Survivor, another unique champion.
Absolutely.
She's used for defense as well. Same with Seeker. She can be countered by block debuffs, right? So champions that have block debuffs, they kind of counter her kit. But what's so great about her, she does have a bit of a increased defense aura, right? But we don't want her in that slot. So comparing her with Seeker, we put her in the last slot in the team. So instead of being in position 1, she's in position 4 because places a 50% ally protection buff on all allies for 2 turns when an ally's HP drops below 50. Also places a block damage buff on this champion for 1 turn. So that means that whenever one of our allies' HP is gonna drop below 50, she's gonna place an ally protection. So we want her in the last slot, so the first champion, the lead, is gonna drop the HP below 50 and the ally protection is gonna come in play and she's gonna protect the team, you know? And
Absolutely.
by the time the hit gets on her, she has block damage, you know?
100%, man. That's it, right? I mean, that's the magic of Sandlash Survivor. That's a very unique passive. And
exactly.
Yeah, big fan.
Thank you.
All right, so how are you building her?
Her, honestly, depends what's set. I wouldn't say Swift Parry on here because you already have block damage on her, but
yeah,
you can tank her, give her shield is not really gonna benefit because she has low HP, so you can go with immortal sets, you can go with regeneration set, you can go with perception set to have a bit of accuracy for her A1, for her A2 if needed, you know. So it's not really like a secret build on her. It's nothing like she needs insane stats. I would still get tier 6 Bulwark Mastery on her for more damage reduction and go on the defense and support 3 on masteries, you know.
Okay, that's a good call out. Yeah. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
She can deal a bit of damage as well. She's not too bad on damage, you know.
No, and so what type of team do you see her most used in? Just like a really, really robust, like strong defensive team?
Yeah, like tanky teams. And she's great for go second as well too. In offense, you know.
Yeah, good call out there too. Okay. Who we got next? We got a few more here.
Yeah, we do have like 5-6 more. So let's go over to the champion we had on the 10X this weekend, right? So it's Gambo, Jimbo, Jambo.
Yes, I haven't built him yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
His multipliers are pretty decent, 4-point multipliers. Foley's multipliers are 4.4 if I recall it right. But this champion right here, he has so many good things in his kit for the current meta, right? He's not effective against insanely tanky teams that they have Ursagas or Duchesses with 100 plus K HP, unless you have crazy builds on him, of course. The best build for him is Savage set. If you don't have Savage, Cruel sets, crit damage sets, attack sets. Now, the same, he has this passive, immune to decreased attack debuffs, will ignore unkillable buffs when attacking under an increased attack buff.
So good.
He will ignore Swift Parry.
Swift Parry, the Swift Parry counter that we needed, right? So you said, when you build Genbo or Genbo, whatever the heck his name is.
I'm so sick of these people. You know,
Do you put him on as like a secondary nuker on the team? Because you're still going to run him with somebody else, right? Or do you not?
Depending by the teams you're fighting. So I have pretty good gear. I was more than capable to run him against every team except teams with Ursaga. Okay. He used to one-shot everyone for me except teams that had Duchess and Ursaga in the team. But you can run him as the last champion after your nuker just to clean up all the swift parry procs, you know.
Absolutely. That's kind of how I intend to run him, because even for me, although I haven't built him out, I know that I don't have the gear necessarily. I have the gear, but it's all on Trunda. But so I don't have the gear to put on him, or to put on Foley rather. And as you said, kind of the same multipliers to have him consistently one-shot defensive teams, obviously. Well, maybe I do. Anyway, good mention there. I like that they added a new kind of counter swift parry champion to the team. Really cool, or to the game. Really cool addition.
Yeah, definitely. He has a good speed aura as well. 20% in arena battles. He buffs crit rate, crit damage, and he gets an extra turn. Then he can AoE all enemies. 100% chance to decrease the duration of all buffs by 1 turn. This effect cannot be resisted on critical hits. So regardless what buffs they're gonna have, regardless how much resistance, he's gonna come in play as Void Affinity and decrease the duration of 1 buff by 1 turn on the enemy. That can come in play as well for increased speed, increased defense, etc. And he steals increased attack from his A1, which is pretty good. And
which
that cannot be resisted.
Yeah, so no accuracy really needed unless you really care about that extra random buff. But who really cares, right? So awesome, man. Okay. Who is up next? Want to go? Where do you want to go? Bannerlords?
So we can go to Bannerlords. We have
Bannerlords.
Ursula the Mourner. We actually had her this weekend as guaranteed for 15 Void Shards, guys. I know not many people manage to save 15 Void Shards because they're so hard to come. But Ursula right here, she's such a powerful reviver. Like when we've seen her kit without seeing the base stats, we said, wow, she actually puts Duchess to shame, you know, with that revive skill. Revives all that allies with 75% HP, fills the turn meter by 50%, places a 60% increased defense, and a 25% strength buff on all allies for 3 turns. 3 turns, man. Like that revive skill there is super powerful.
Yeah.
Then she has attack up on her A2 and attack down. We don't care about attack down because we're not going to build her with accuracy, right? And attacks one enemy, 50% chance or 55 to decrease the turn meter. Again, we don't really care about that too much. So if you have 100 plus accuracy on her, it's more than fine. Her aura is for Doom Tower though.
Yeah.
Base stats are not as great to tank her up, so she definitely needs to be for the very end game Platinum Arena in Swift Parry set. Okay. Tank her as much as you can and resistance, you know.
Okay, so what if, because I'm sure a lot of my viewers probably, or a few of them probably pulled her. Some of them probably have her. And again, they don't have access to the Swift Parry, but they're looking for kind of a hybrid build. So where they can use her in dungeons and also utilize her in the arena. So they're going to have to put some accuracy on her. So what do you say? Like an accuracy banner with what? I mean,
you could
yeah, just go all defense.
Stop it. Get some help.
Sorry.
Yeah, go defense and support mastery. Tier 6 probably either go Eagle Eye, either go for a 50 extra resistance, depending on what exactly you want to do. Or you can go for timely intervention to get more turn meter, depending how fast she is. And you can build her on regeneration sets, immortal sets, and give her, if you're lacking a bit of accuracy, give her a perception set or an accuracy set, or give her a couple of speed sets with a resistance set. You can mix the sets up. Of course, she's gonna run perfectly like that for Doom Tower and just all around. But I feel like regen set, immortal sets, they're gonna help her out to survive a bit longer whenever she gets a turn, if she gets a bit damaged, because she's not as tanky, you know.
Okay, makes sense. Cool. All right, where do you want to head to next?
So let's go to your favorite, man. We leave her for the end here. Like, guys, you know, for whoever saw the video, you know who's Ash's favorite, right? Like Sylar, right? You know why.
I was worried. I'm like, dude, we can't mention still the Drakes in this video. Dark Elhain, like, it's I hate to be like cliche about it, but both of the daily login, the epic Dark Elhain and the legendary Still the Drakes, like those are, I think, they're just so hard not to love those champions because they really unlocked a huge portion of the game for everybody, right? Which is so cool. But yeah, you're right. My number one, who I'd go on a date with champion is Sylar.
Sylar.
Why do you love Sylar? Different reasons.
Void, yeah, different reasons, of course. Void Affinity Man, and she's full AoE. Now, the main thing why people would use her in Arena, not much in offense. I'm sure some people they use her in offense, but defense-wise, is kind of to catch the enemy off guard. So she's kind of like the second champion, the second fastest in the team. You have your Thermitter booster, Arbiter, or whatever you have. You boost the Thermitter, and she comes in play, and bang, catches the enemy team off guard, places 30% decreased speed debuff on all enemies for 2 turns, and decreases the Thermitter of all enemies by 40%. That's kind of like the main thing. Then on the A2 you have AoE, 100% chance to land, 50% decreased accuracy, which again can be huge. And on the A1 attacks all enemies. Optimal builds for her, honestly, if you want to make like a hybrid between PvE and PvP and Faction Wars and Doom Tower, stun set, speed, accuracy. If you kind of want to focus on more for Arena, you might want to focus a lot of speed and accuracy on her. And again, you can run immunity, perception, speed, and accuracy mixed up. Kind of these sets are the main thing for her, you know.
If you had, let's just say that you happen to have your hands on a Nethril or a Razin, like a champion with a 75% or 100% turn meter decrease, would you still rather run Sylar because of the speed differential? Or the other AoE attacks?
Because of the other AoE attacks, no, honestly. So it kind of comes a bit in play differently. Razin, I could use him as the lead, right? To have that extra resistance lead.
Yep.
And give him a weird build, make him use his A3, decrease a bit the Thermitter on the enemy team, deal a bit of damage in the process as well, maybe. Nitril as well, he has fairly decent multipliers, he has stun, decreased Thermitter, and he's not bad affinity because there are not so many powerful magic champions as revivers in defenses, right? Just nukers.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would probably won't use Razin as much just because there's so many spirit champions out there at the moment. But I feel like depending will be situational.
They're so much slower too. They're 91 and 94 speed versus 105 on Sylar, you know?
I would use her mainly in defense as to
okay. Cool.
Catch the enemy off guard, you know?
Yeah, Sylar, my favorite. All right, there's only, what, 2 more that we have?
2 more, and I think they should be from the same faction. That's why I kind of left them together. So, Cardinal, guys.
Yeah.
Don't we love a Cardinal? She was my first Void epic legendary Void that I pulled in the game, you know?
Yeah. I'm surprised to see her still being used, you know?
I fed her. You know why?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I fed her. I looked at the A1 and I was, what? 20% chance to land poison. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
You're not good.
But yeah, it's all about the revive, though.
That's exactly the most powerful revive skill in the entire game, and I'll explain you why in a second. Again, she doesn't have crazy higher base stats. She has decent HP and defense. You can tank her, right? You can use her in offense against teams that are gonna deal a lot of damage. Probably she's not gonna survive against teams with Madame Series and Foley's and stuff like that. She's not great against Foley's because Foley blocks revive, right?
Yeah.
So she needs to revive. You gotta use her against different sort of champions. The main idea with her, guys, is that revives all dead allies, heals them by 25%. That's almost nothing, right? Of their max HP, but boosts their Thermitter to max. So what that means, because you see other champions, they revive with full Thermitter. This one is different. So boost the Thermitter to the maximum Thermitter in the entire game, which is whatever it is. I'm not sure about the exact number.
They're guaranteed to go, yeah.
They're guaranteed to take the turn before anyone else on the opposite team. So no matter how much speed the enemy has, 400 plus, they're gonna go before it because of this revive skill. So as soon as she revives, all your team, if you put them in the right order with speed, let's just say Madame Series, Nuker, and you're gonna have Gimbo to clean the Swift Parry as an example, they're gonna go in that order. And only then the enemy team will actually get a chance to get it done. But you need to make her stay alive. You know?
Yeah. But so people use her against like nuke hegemon builds to just go in there, and it doesn't matter if everybody wipes. Obviously, Swift Parry will say it again, like throw in there to have that extra chance at keeping her alive. And then it looks like things are really bad. Everybody's dead. Cardinal's alive, and boom, she picks everybody else up, and then you all go and game over.
If there's no Lydia, if there's no Tormin on the team, you know.
Yeah,
kind of like that.
Yes.
And now a bit the hegemons, they're kind of going crazy using their A1 with all this AI fixture. So it's not as efficient for it. But you can use it in your defense, for example. If you don't have Duchess, you don't have Sifi, she's still a powerful reviver, you know.
Absolutely. All right, so last but certainly not least, I'm a big fan of this champion, Godseeker Aniri.
Absolutely. She does look awesome, right? She's a newish champion. She has very interesting passives. Now, her A2 is very similar with Sunless Survivor.
Yeah.
Great for clan boss, not just for arena. Great for PvE as well. She hits pretty hard, attacks one enemy with the A1, heals the ally with the lowest HP by 5% of their max HP. Cannot heal the champion. She's a defense-based champion, right? Then she has the revive skill, which is on a 4-turn cooldown, revives a dead ally with 50% HP, then fills their turn meter by 50% and resets the cooldowns on all their skills, bringing them to 0. So it can revive your other reviver if he died, and having all the skills on cooldown, so she can actually revive your other reviver, you know. But the main thing is the passive. Increase the amount of healings allies receives by 10%. That's on a 4-turn cooldown as well, but it's this one right here. If an ally is about to get killed by a fatal hit, so if an ally is about to die, preempts that hit and instantly places a revive that buff on them for 1 turn before the damage is taken. So that means if my champion is about to die, this passive comes in play, puts a revive on that before, and revives the champion instant. With 0 turn meter, but it's back to life, you know, like it never
and that's
happened.
on a 4-turn cooldown, which is not bad at all. Plus, considering she has a 4-turn cooldown Rise of Glory on her revive. How do you have her built for arena? I have her in a Doom Tower build right now, so don't read too much into the build right here. But I have her in Timely Intervention. What do you have? What do you recommend for tier 6?
For tier 6, yeah, Timely Intervention is the thing to go for her. If you don't want her have her CC'd, you know, so if you don't worry so much about the resistance, go with Timely Intervention. If you want to have resistance on her as well, go with
Unshakable.
Tier 6 Unshakable, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so what about artifacts?
Artifacts, again, Swift Parry the best option. If you don't have Swift Parry, you gotta mix it up again. Regen set can work. You can use defense sets. I forgot again the name of the other set. It's not the heal one. It's the one from the Doom Tower. So we have Perception and we have
Guardian?
the one before. Not Guardian.
Perception, Resilience.
That's the one.
I can
might want to use that one.
I can look. You can't. All right, cool. Well, those are some great options, Skratch. I mean, any other call-outs that we didn't mention, like as main champions? I know we talked a little bit about Ugo.
Ugo pretty decent as well. There are a few champions here and there that people use, but they're not as popular, you know. So yeah, some of you guys might find yourself using like a Farrakhan the Fat in there. You might find yourself using a different champion, but they're not as common. Yeah, and they work great for a lot of you guys out there. Don't get me wrong, Seer can do a great job if you don't have a Madame series and you just want to kind of troll some people in there. She's a good option. And there are a few champions like this, but honestly, I feel like these are the very top high-end epics that people are using for specific goals, and they're very unique, right? That's kind of like the main thing that matters. What makes them unique and why people would use these champions over legendary champions, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, because you got to figure people, obviously, that's the inherent, reason behind this video is, right? People who use these champions have almost all the legendary champions, most of these guys, they're still choosing to use these epics. So Skratch, thank you so much for coming back on the channel, man. I really enjoyed this conversation. I hope that my viewers did as well. If you guys have any ideas for what we should talk about on next week's video, go ahead and let us know in the comments below. And now is a perfect time to go ahead and continue the conversation over on Skratch's YouTube channel. Again, that will be linked for you guys in the description below. Skratch, thanks again for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
A pleasure. Peace out, guys.
Peace out. We're going to go ahead and end it there. Check out my GFUEL code, 10% off right now using code ASH. That's also in the description below. Thank you for watching all the way till the end. And as always, take care, guys.